'cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your...
Yo, what is poppin' YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here. Has it really been a couple weeks since I made a video? It just doesn't seem like it, honestly, but Ghost Showtime really flies, man. So, anyway, another Infernoble video, guys. This is going to be especially important because it is going to focus on side deck hand traps. We all know what we can and can't do, and what we need to do, when it comes to the main deck stuff. Imperm, Gamma, Nibirus, things like that. We all know how to navigate our plays with that, but a lot of us really struggle with a lot of the side decked hand traps. There's three in particular that I'm going over. One being Droll Lock, one being Artifact Lancia. Yes, it is being sided heavily, and it does actually do something against this deck because we use Phoenix Blade a lot, Astolfo, and Spell Strikers. Because you can't banish, you can't use DDRs, things like that. So it actually matters. But there's a third hand trap that a lot of Infernoble players have honestly needed help playing, just playing around, and it's something you really have to, it's really annoying, and I will go ahead and reveal that later as I get to that. So with that being said, let's go. Alrighty folks, here we go. First combo. So let's say for all intents and purposes, it's game 2, game 3, you have a good feeling your opponent's got Droll Lock in their hand, but you have no way to rip it with like Neos Disconnector or Dolphin because you don't have access to it. So at this point, you need to decide what is the most pivotal card to search that is going to grant you the most mileage. And it could be a few things, and it depends. But for right now, the top priority is getting access to DDR. That is the most pivotal point. I don't even think we're going to use these cards. Actually, we're going to use this, but we're not going to use it the way you think we are. We're just going to use it as the additional extender to show you what I'm talking about. This could be any warrior extender, but since it's Renard, then it's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with Sublimation Knight. I don't play this card personally, but again, it's just the best way for me to show you access to his ult and stuff. You're going to summon your Renard. Look, you have 2 search cards in your hand. I know it's juicy, I know it sounds nice, and be like, oh yes, this is going to be good. But if you get drolled, you just lose the duel at that point, and you lose out on some extreme value. So you're going to link everything except the level 3 monster, so this can work with Connector and stuff since you can keep Dolphin on field, or if you have a really good hand, you can link off the Dolphin to keep the Connector and then resummon Dolphin and rip another card, whatever. You're not going to search for the Zold. That's something you want to avoid at all costs, so you're going to use the Zold's effect and you're going to send 4 cards. You're going to end up sending... you're going to send everything except DDR. So you're going to send Smoke Grenade, you're going to send Living Fossil, you're going to send Durendal, even though you already got one in your hand, and you're going to send Phoenix Blade, and you're going to summon Oliver in specific. Next, we're going to turn Isolde into Link Cross, and you're going to summon 2 tokens. Like so. Let me go ahead and just pull out. There you go. These are going to be level 1s. You're going to tune this into a Needle Fiber. If I can find it. There it is. Fiber effect's going to activate. Summoning Plague Spreader Zombie. Next, we're going to synchro one of the level 1s and the Plague Spreader into a Martial Metal Marcher. And we're going to use Metal Marcher's effect to summon back the Oliver. This is the point where we are going to make our 7. This is why we need a level 3 on the field for Power Tool Dragon's effect. So at this point, you're going to resolve Power Tool's effect and you're going to reveal 3 DDRs, as Quid Pro Quo, and add it to the hand. Now, if your opponent does have Droll, you got the most important card to your hand, and they drop it and all that stuff. But if they don't have Droll, then you're free to activate these cards. If they Nibiru you, and all that, you have Durandal, you have Heritage, you sell full combo. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But what you really need, you know, is to be sure you have DDR in your hand. But if you already opened DDR, then you could search things like Living Fossil and stuff for the additional extender. So you're going to go make a Rorodon, and you're going to use Rorodon's effect, and you're going to summon 3 Mecha Fan Beast tokens, like so. Now you're going to use Rorodon's effect to tribute it and one of the level 1 tokens for the Warblad, or whatever the Mecha Fan Beast is. You're going to Synchro and make Herald of the Arclight. So now you have a space clear. Now you can top deck a card. We'll probably just do the monster for Plague Spreader Zombie. Okay. Now what we're going to do is Synchro. This is banished. We're going to make Charles. And we're going to activate the DDR. We're going to toss one of our cards. And resummon the Plague Spreader Zombie. And you're going to Synchro for 5. You're going to summon Captain Roland. Unfortunately, you can't use the effect on the end phase, or to do all that stuff, because you can no longer add, but you can Synchro for 8 into a Savage Dragon, and use the effect and equip, well, a Rorodon. So, you know, and you can still proceed to end phase. Well, first off, you want to equip Oliver to Charles to begin with, then you can proceed to end phase. This is still in hand. And equip Smoke Grenade from the grave and Ogier from the deck. And you still get to look at your opponent's hand and hit the most important card. Normally I would summon Omega, but one negate when you get Drolled isn't really enough. You kind of need multiples. And you're going to need the Captain Roland interaction. That's why we still summon Roland at the end of the day. So that is combo number 1. Let me show you combo number 2 with the next side decked hand. Alright guys, combo number 2 is featuring Artifact Lancia. It is a heavily side decked card, and against this deck it actually does things. You know, for starters, if you can't banish, that means you cannot summon Spell Striker, you cannot use Phoenix Blade, which you use a lot in the deck. You can't banish for a Stole Foam. There's because you can't banish, that means DDR is completely useless. You can't use Cyphermoon Omega to banish a card from the hand. There's all kinds of interactions. So, but surprisingly, there is some things that you can exploit thanks to Lancia in response to it. So we're gonna show that right now. You basically need like let's just say that you can threaten the Lancia because you did open connector. So you're going to summon your Dolphin, you're going to use the effect, and they go Chain Lancia. So now, at this point it's resolved, you have no way of hitting it, so you look at their hand and just hit another card. Big deal. What you're going to do now is you're going to make a Zold. The Zold's going to search. We're going to search us another red layer. And we're going to use the Zold's effect, and we're going to send 4. This time we're going to send DDR to the graveyard because we can no longer use it because we can't banish. So we're going to send Phoenix Blade. We're going to send Living Fossil and DDR. And we are still going to summon Oliver. I'm telling you guys, Oliver is a nice monster to summon nowadays. Oliver is probably like the go-to monster when it comes to setting things up. Next we're going to link into Link Cross. If I can find it. There it is. Boom. Link Cross effects. You're going to give us 2 tokens over here. Alright. Next, what we are going to do is you're going to link these away straight away and make Krishan Needle Fiber, and you're going to use Needle Fiber's effect and summon Plague Spreader Zombie. Alright. So from here, we're going to actually use Neospace Connector's effect and summon Dolphin. Now, if you had like a really good hand, then you can, well, actually, you can still discard. So we're going to go Dolphin, and we're going to rip another card. and we're going to Synchro for Hyper Librarian. Again, another reason why we play Hyper Librarian. It's just really strong and really good. Now we're going to top deck a card for Plague Spreader Zombie. If I can find it. This is one of the interactions where, what's it called? Where Lancia starts to kind of work against the opponent. Plague Spreader Zombie does no longer banishes itself. So we're going to abuse that to the max, but we need cards in hand to continue to do so. But luckily, TG Hyper Librarian is on the field, so we're going to use Hyper Librarian and Marcher. And with Marcher, we are going to summon... let's see, I think I'm going to resummon Oliver. Yeah, I think Oliver is the correct card to summon. We're going to draw us a card. And we are going to Synchro the Oliver and the token, and we're going to make Captain Roll... No, actually no. The correct card to summon is actually just the Plague Spreader again. Why? Because we're going to Synchro into Tatsunoko. And we're going to draw another card off TG Hyper Librarian. Just make sure it's not anything we need for the combo. And we're going to use Tatsunoko's effect. And we're going to Synchro again. And it's not an activated effect. I learned that as well. And we're going to use Savage Dragon. And we're going to equip... we'll equip a Zold, since we cannot banish. No need for Phoenix Plague at this point, right? So we drew one card off of Tatsunoko, Metal Marcher, and Savage Dragon. Yes, we need to draw one more card. Okay. Now's the point where we can make a Rorodon. And we can summon 3 tokens. 1, 2, 3. We can now use Rorodon's effect, will attribute itself and one of the tokens, this is in the grave, to summon our level 1 Mecha Fanabeast Tuner. There we go. Now we can go ahead and make Herald of the Arclight. TG is going to draw us another card, make sure it's not important. There we go. Now what we are going to do is we are going to top deck for Plague Spreader Zombie. And we are going to make Captain Roland. This is actually pretty important here, that we make Roland and keep it on the field for right now. Now we're going to top deck another card for Plague Spreader Zombie. And you're going to Synchro summon a Power Tool Dragon. We have 4 zones and... oh my god, like freaking animals, okay. Power Tool's effect's going to activate. This is why we kept Durandal in the deck at all 3 and didn't mill any with Isolde, so we're going to add it at this point. So now we're going to activate Durandal, and that is going to grab us Renaud. Now we're going to special Renaud since we control a Fire Warrior. This is why we kept Roland on the field. This is destroyed as all that. And Renaud is going to add us a Living Fossil to our hand. And now Renaud is treated as a tuner, so you can summon your Cypher Lord Omega. Even though we cannot banish this turn, this turn we can banish the next turn. So we can still rip a card from our opponent's hand. And we can still make Charles because we have Living Fossil. Just chilling in our graveyard to summon out that connector, Synchro 5 and 4, to make Charles. The card, or the monster itself, is not banished, well, because that Lancia is just chilling quite nicely. So we actually ripped a 3rd card out of our opponent's hand with the 2nd of Dolphin effect earlier. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Oliver's effect and equip. And we're going to proceed to end phase. We're going to send a card, an equip card. And we're going to add, I guess, God Phoenix Gearfried. And then we're going to use Charles's effect. And we're going to equip Ogier from the deck. And Smoke Grenade from the graveyard. And we're going to pop the Smoke Grenade. And we're still going to rip a 4th card. So even though we couldn't banish, we can still put up... we put up the whole board. Even Savage Dragon. Normally we full hand loop and all that stuff without Savage, but this time we actually have Savage on the board, so, you know, it's pretty nice. So, yeah, Now for the last combo, guys, last one. Alright, so with this one, you're actually going to need to open a hand because there's no real tried and true way to out this particular side decked hand trap. And that hand trap is Token Collector. Token Collector is actually really decent against this deck. Not only because of Link Cross, but because of Auroradon. And even more dangerous about the card is that you can use the card from either hand or the graveyard. Which means, even if you snipe it with Aqua Dolphin, they can still use the card. And it is still live. So, guys, don't snipe it with Dolphin, it's still going to be live. So, you're going to have to neutralize this card in a few ways. You can either A, find access to Gearfried and put it on the field. B, you need to put either Savage or Savage or Arclight on the field before you commit to Link Cross or Auroradon. You need to be able to do that. You need to be able to put Savage on the field, Link Cross, God Phoenix, Gearfried, or just open Midbreaker Field. That also works because the Token Collector, it summons and then destroys the tokens that are currently on field. So if it's on field, you can deal with it that way. You can make Charles and everything's a-okay, as long as you just summon those Link Cross tokens. But we're gonna figure this out together. Oh my god. Smoke Grenade, Renaud, we have Heritage. Oh my god, Jesus. So we have, what was it? Renaud Ogier, the bread and butter, tried and true combo that way. So we'll go ahead and drop our Ogier. And we're going to send our God Phoenix Gearfried. And we're going to special summon our Renaud. Renaud is going to add us our God Phoenix Gearfried. We don't have any equips in the grave. However, yeah. Let's go. I don't want to banish these for Gearfried, but let's go ahead and make a Zold. So that's summon number 3. And we're going to go and add Gilligalancer as per usual. And we're going to go as Zold effect. We're going to send... funny thing about this is, I think I'm going to send 3 cards. I think I'm still going to summon Dolphin anyway. And see what they, just hypothetical, just to see what's in their hand. I mean, I already used Renaud. I don't have access to tuners, actually. So... I think Oliver's the way to go. So we're gonna send 1, 2, 3. Smoke Grenade is Smoke Grenade is in hand, so I gotta send 4. We're sending 4 for Oliver. Alright, now we're gonna drop God Phoenix Gearfried. Gonna banish. I guess we can banish Rindle. There's no real way of getting it back from the graveyard. And we'll use our Ogier's effect and equip it. And we could have equipped Smoke Grenade too, but we can just keep this in hand. So now that we have a way to neutralize, now we can play. You should already know at this point what's going to happen. You can make Link Cross and some of your 2 tokens. Yada yada yada. But what happens if you don't have access to Gearfried? That's the easy way. Let's look at a different route, shall we? Alright guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Again, it took a bit long. It took longer than expected, but that goes to show, I believe that, regardless of how long it is very important to know how to play around those particular cards, especially Token Collector, because Token Collector is, really is a big deal. Of all honesty. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know if there's some things I missed. There's some combo strings that you personally would prefer, with either, versus either one of those hand drops. Please let me know. Did I do a good job explaining and kind of like performing combos on how to play around these things. If so, leave a like and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. I got more Infernoble videos coming. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing off.